Pasadena's commercial districts have a long architectural history, defined by a dense layout of large, flat-roofed buildings. Behind these historic facades, owners manage a complex mix of modern retail, office, and mixed-use spaces. These aging rooftops face constant, punishing sun exposure, inland heat waves, and radiating heat from heavy HVAC equipment. Years of temperature cycling eventually dries out traditional roofing membranes, causing the material to shrink, crack, and leak. Most property owners view the resulting repair as a simple matter of stopping water and replacing worn materials. In California, roofing projects of this scale function as code compliance events that require specific energy efficiency documentation. Treating a major project as a basic patch job creates a risk of permit rejection or required material changes after the budget is already set. This is Title 24. Specifically, the California Energy Code sets efficiency standards for building components, including mandatory performance values for commercial roof assemblies. The threshold is specific. A small localized repair is generally exempt, but any project affecting more than 50% of the roof area or more than 2,000 square feet triggers a mandatory code review. For Pasadena warehouses, bustling retail centers, and medical buildings, a standard project easily exceeds 2,000 square feet, making full compliance a requirement rather than an option. Some owners attempt to satisfy these rules by applying a white coating without verifying if the product meets the specific performance ratings required by law. Assuming a repair is minor leads to sudden permitting delays and unexpected material costs when inspectors enforce the actual Title 24 standards. Code approval depends on data from the Cool Roof Rating Council. They verify the documented performance values of every roofing surface. This cross-section shows solar reflectance, how effectively the surface reflects sunlight away, but some energy is always absorbed and trapped inside. Thermal emittance measures how well the surface releases that energy back into the atmosphere after sundown. Regulators combine reflectance and emittance into a single value called the Solar Reflectance Index, or SRI. Compliance documentation focuses on aged values for this score, accounting for how dust and weathering reduce a roof's performance over several years. A manufacturer's brochure or a simple color name cannot be used for permit approval. Only a verified CRRC-rated product listing is valid. Documented SRI performance secures the permit and determines the actual reduction in your HVAC cooling demand. Once the required SRI is correctly identified, the property owner must match the material to the physical operations of the building. Single-ply membranes are the standard choice for full roof replacements or recovering projects. TPO is a common reflective membrane for large spaces like warehouses or light industrial facilities that manage high interior heat. Restaurants and food service buildings deal with constant rooftop exposure to animal fats, oils, and grease exhaust. These buildings often require PVC roofing, which is engineered to maintain its integrity despite chemical exposures. If the existing roof is sound, owners can use reflective coatings like silicone, acrylic, or urethane to meet compliance without a full tear-off. Silicone resists UV damage and remains stable even on roofs that experience occasional ponding water. Acrylic coatings provide high reflectivity at a lower cost, but they will deteriorate if exposed to persistent ponding water. Using an acrylic coating on a commercial building with uncorrected drainage issues leads to premature material failure and leaks. Urethane coatings provide the impact resistance needed for roofs seeing frequent foot traffic from HVAC technicians. Proper installation requires specific dry film thicknesses and seam reinforcement to ensure the coating functions as a complete restoration system. Choosing a material that is incompatible with the building's operations leads to early failure, regardless of how well it reflects the sun. Before selecting a material, an owner must determine if the existing roof structure is worth preserving. A roof coating is a viable option when the existing surface is dry, structurally sound, and has manageable drainage. Applying a reflective coating over a failing roof often results in paying for the same project twice. A new coating seals in trapped moisture. As that moisture expands, it rots the insulation and eventually compromises the structural deck below. A roof recover installs a new surface over the old one, which can reduce debris and limit the disruption to your business operations. This is only an option if the roof lacks saturated insulation and does not already have multiple existing layers. Full replacement is required when the roof has widespread moisture, saturated insulation, or drainage problems that cannot be corrected with a coating. Addressing these issues early prevents the need for an emergency tear-off, which is significantly more expensive and disruptive. Long-term value on a commercial roof requires balancing Title 24 requirements with the actual physical condition of the building. Planning a cool roof strategy proactively allows for better budgeting and a wider range of material options. Schedule a professional assessment with Commercial Roofing Pasadena to document your roof's condition and determine the most cost-effective path to code compliance.